In this video, I'll guide you through how to get rid of empty space in tables in Google Docs. If you've ever created a table and noticed there's a lot of extra room around your text, making everything look too spread out or a bit messy, this tutorial will help you tighten things up and get a cleaner, more compact layout. Let's start at the very beginning with the table you want to adjust already inserted into your Google Docs document. The first thing you'll need to do is select the table. To do this, move your cursor anywhere inside the table and click once. You should see the cell highlight where your cursor is. Now, to select the whole table, you can either drag your mouse across all of the cells or use the small square handle that appears in the top left corner of the table. Clicking that handle will instantly highlight the entire table, which tells Google Docs that any changes you make will apply to every cell, not just the one you clicked in. Once your table is selected, the next step is to open the Table Properties panel. With the table still highlighted, right-click anywhere inside it. A menu will appear with several options related to the table. Look for the option labeled Table Properties and click on it. This will open a panel, usually on the right-hand side of your screen, that controls how your table looks and behaves. The Table Properties panel is where you can fix the empty space problem. What you're really adjusting here is the spacing inside each cell and the overall height of each row. Both of these can make your table look like it has a lot of unnecessary blank space. First, find the setting for cell padding. Cell padding is the space between the text inside a cell and the borders of that cell. When padding is large, your text looks like it's floating in the middle with lots of white space around it. In the Table Properties panel, look for a section related to cell padding, and you'll see a field where you can enter a value. To get rid of extra space, reduce this number. You can try a smaller value, like going from a larger number down to something close to 0, and watch how the table updates. A lower padding value pulls the text closer to the cell borders, making the table look more compact. Next, take a look at row height. In the same panel, you'll find an option that controls the minimum row height. If this value is set too high, each row will stretch vertically, even if there's only a small amount of text in the cells. To remove that extra vertical space, lower the minimum row height. You can either type in a smaller value, or if there's a checkbox to specify a minimum height, you can uncheck it so the rows automatically resize to fit the content more tightly. After adjusting both cell padding and row height, glance back at your document to see how the table looks. If it still feels a bit too spacious, fine-tune the values little by little until you're happy with the result. When you're done, simply close the Table Properties panel. Your table should now look cleaner with much less empty space, making your document easier to read and more professional overall.